Will I ever look presentable in one of my videos? The answer is no. Let's get down to business. You want to be a better server? You've come to the right place. Let me preface this by saying I never make less than 20% of my sales. Last night I worked a 5-hour shift and I left with 40% of my sales, so you've come to the right place. Let's just get into it. It's gonna be kind of a long video. The first thing I have to say kind of goes along with the theme of your perspective. If you don't want to be there, then don't be there. Call in. It's a restaurant. People do that. It makes me more money when you don't show up for your shifts. So go in with a good attitude. Make it fun. You're there to work. You're not there to goof off. However, you can have fun while you're working, especially if you're serving. It's like the best job ever. You get to talk to people all day. Let's get into it, boys. Step number 1 is to get organized. This is probably the best tip that you're gonna get. If you're not organized, everything can go downhill. You lose track of orders, what people have, what people are drinking, what people are getting, and it's all a mess. I recommend getting a cute serving book. If your restaurant lets you write down your orders, you can do that. Only one of the restaurants that I work at allows me to do this. The chain restaurant that I work at comes with these. You can put in guest number, beverage, appetizer, and food order. For the guest number, what I always do is I number people off going clockwise, starting with the person closest to me. This is gonna help you so much when you have big parties. It makes it easier for splitting up checks later on. If the number system doesn't work for you, just make sure you have a system. Know how you're gonna abbreviate things so when you get to the kiosk to put in your order, you're not like, oh crap. Step number 2, when you get to the table, introduce yourself. Say just a little factoid about you. If you're a people person or if you just make a good connection with them, then they'll be more inclined to tip you more if they have made a connection with you. You get to know your table a little bit before you start in with drinks. This goes into tip number 3, which is to know your guests. Analyze the situation. There are tables that are very needy. They always need you to check on them. And then there are tables who might just not want to see you. You're just there to give them their food and that's it. You have to gauge where they're at because as long as they're comfortable, that's how you're gonna get a better tip. Make sure you know what's going on. If you can't read people very well, then that's fine, but work on that. It helps tons. Next tip is to know the menu. By knowing the menu, it looks like you know your stuff, so people are like, wow, we're dealing with a professional here. Always, always, always suggest the things you like. Whenever you're asking if they want an appetizer, suggest your favorite one. When it comes to meals, be honest. When they ask you what's good on the menu, tell them what you personally think is good. A lot of the girls that I work with always say like, just suggest the most expensive menu item. I'm like, but I can't eat burgers, so I can't suggest that. Be honest, people like that. With knowing the menu, you know how to upsell stuff. When it comes to drinks, do you want to add a strawberry in that for 59 cents? Do you want to add extra cheese to your burger for 50 cents? Or do you want to add bacon for $1? You can say just 59 cents, and then it minimizes the impact of it psychologically. Always refill. Always make sure you're paying attention to those drinks. They should never have to ask for a refill. It should always be you asking. If they ask you, then that should be a knife to the chest. Like you're just like, oh, I messed up. That's how I am personally. That's just something you should always stay on top of, especially if it's water. Like you can just fill it up with a pitcher, or you can always just bring another glass out full. Always ask before you bring another alcoholic beverage because that's going to be more money, obviously. But if you can keep selling beverages, say it in a nonchalant way when you're asking if they want more drinks. Just be like, another beer for you. Don't say, would you like another beer? Because that just adds emphasis, like, another one. Like, just say, like, one more beer or another round, blah, blah, blah. Like, just do something casual so then they don't internalize it too much. So it doesn't give them much time to think about it. If it's a smaller sentence, if it's a more casual way of saying it. Yeah. Little tip there. Number 6 is the 2-minute check-in. This applies to appetizers as well as meals. You should give them about 2 minutes. Doesn't have to be 2 minutes exactly, but just give them enough time to taste the food, but not enough time to be missing something. Let's say you forgot steak sauce, or you forgot the extra ton of ranch dressing that everybody so desperately needs. Don't give them time to go without it, if that makes sense. Like 1 chicken wing without ranch isn't gonna kill you, but 2. Step number 7, pre-bus. I was told by somebody that you should have the whole table pre-bussed before you set the check down. It's supposed to make your tip go up higher. I don't really know if I believe that, especially if there's kids at the table. I don't normally pre-bus quite as much just because kids make a mess, and the parents generally know that their kids are going to make a mess, and they're not going to be all that picky about you taking the plates off the table. But if it's adults, if it's like a business meeting, make sure their stuff's clean, because they're going to notice that stuff, especially like middle-aged people. That's probably the most picky age range. Number 8, desserts. Never make somebody feel bad about ordering dessert. Make it a casual thing. Don't say, do we have room for dessert? Like, don't sound pretentious. Just don't. You're not above them. You're below them. You're serving them. Never make them feel guilty for getting a dessert. Tip number 9. Your outro. This is your last chance to talk up this tip for them. I always ask for an autograph on their credit slip rather than a signature. Pushes their ego up a little bit. And then I'll say like, drive safe, have a good night, blah, 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 blah. I say like the same thing to every single table, but that's your last chance. So like, say something sweet, say something nice. I always write something cute on my credit slip or put a little smiley face and a sunshine on it. Guess who didn't film an outro? Actually, no. I filmed an outro, but my media file went missing, which I just think is bull honky. I think my laptop just hates me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, let me know. If you want me to make another video like this with more tips or more in-depth tips, maybe giving scenarios in which these tips would take place. How many times am I going to say tips? Just let me know in the comments. If you want, you can like this video. And if you want, you can subscribe. But I'm not going to force anything upon you because I care about you and your well-being. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. I love you. Have a good day. Bye!
You are right where you should be. You are right here next to me. What do you need when you have everything?